Mr. Speaker, at this time, with a somewhat unprecedented procedure utilizing the 2,500-page bill as the lectern, I'm happy to yield to the distinguished chair of the Republican Conference, my friend from Columbus, Indiana, self-described favorite Hoosier of mine, my friend Mr. Pence. 2.5 minutes.
The gentleman from Indiana is recognized for 2.5 minutes.
Thank the gentleman for yielding, and I ask unanimous consent to revise and extend, Mr. Speaker.
Without objection.
Speaker, I rise in opposition to the conference report before us today and the rule that we debate at this moment. It really is astonishing. At a time when American families are hurting, 10% unemployment, now comes before the Congress this massive piece of legislation. And the numbers tell the tale. 2,500 pages, nearly $500 billion in spending, 5,000 earmarks on hundreds of pages. Now, I know my distinguished colleague on the other side says that the number of pages is a so what, and I defer to him. I don't think it's about the number of pages. I think it's the size of this bill that'll be offensive to millions of Americans. When you get down into the details here, military construction and veterans funding gets a 5.2% increase. Commerce, justice, and science gets 11.6%. Foreign operations, a 33% increase this year. Transportation, housing, and urban development gets a 23.5% increase. I feel like I ought to call for a drum roll here, Mr. Speaker. A 12.2% increase in spending in a single year. Well, as I told the President of the United States yesterday in the Cabinet room, there's not a business in Muncie, Indiana, that's going to see a 12% increase in its budget this year. But here in Washington, D.C., proving just how out of touch this nation's capital is with the struggles that American families and small business and family farmers are facing, here it is, a 12% increase in federal spending. And it's not just what's in this bill, it's what isn't in this bill. Gone is the ban on federal funding of abortions in the District of Columbia. Gone is the ban on legalizing marijuana in our nation's capital. Gone is the ban on federal funding of domestic partnership benefits. And eventually gone is the support for the D.C. Opportunity Scholarship Program, doing away with opportunities for a largely minority population to go to the school of their choice. And also, I might add, is gone is any restriction on the use of federal funds to enforce or implement the Fairness Doctrine. You know, the President said to us yesterday in the Cabinet room that we needed to get back to fiscal discipline as a means of encouraging economic growth. I told him he could do one thing this week: veto this bill. Let's have level funding. Let's tell the American people that we get it here in Washington, D.C.